Just so
My
you
big
all
ass head gonna get in the
know,
way.
this is the YouTube version. Ooh, we're live?
I don't have any.
Who's Mr. Anthony? Who's going to be conducting yeah, I'm the designated chef. That's just
As I lay dying.
I used to go. I used to go.
No one sees my coffee first because I'm wearing it. Far away right now.
She looks like my dad. My dad.
Are you my dad? Padre? Are we
My
brothers
grandpa?
now?
Sir.
Grandpa? The Padre? You the winner? Did that when you saw? It's like it's like Abuelito is like an affectionate way of saying grandpa. Like it's like grandpa, grandpa, Abuelito.
Oh no, he's
Spanish
Spanish.
there's adjective to things like pito, ito. He's adjective to things and it makes it like cute. Like pito, it's like a way of saying like really normal.
It actually looks kind of good.
And pito makes it like there's a chicken.
No,
Yeah, but that's cats. Petito's kitten. It's just a cuter cat. I say it. It's small. I yell at Ava when I grab her like in her arms and legs like this and she's moving her around and she's trying to bite me. She's trying to bite me. I had to like put her like a Christmas brick but she can't bite me. I actually want to work at nurses. She's like, that's fine. I'll throw her. Is Will here? Does anyone see this?
There's some way to get me it, and I can get my crispy.
Fan is your one favorite. I have more than one fan. Three. Okay, four of yourself. Hi, this is me. He supports me. He does them a minutes, basically. Alexander, but only like once a month. Oh, because I come. Look at how this is. Oh, hey, he's not wearing this. He's not wearing the bow tie. Alexander is making come out. He said he was wearing a bow tie, so I put a bow tie on his hand. Voted Cyber Sophie Island, but there are Survivor, Total Drama Island. How dare you think we're Survivor? We are Total Drama Island. The animated people? Total Drama Island. Oh, I don't know what it's about. It's Survivor, but they're all
Did it actually?
I knew it.
That would be embarrassing.
I remember
Oh, I think it's backwards.
Keep my back, leave me alone.
That was a big school.
I wish we had paper I have a cousin who
Good evening.
polyamory.
My name is Patrick Clark. I'm principal at Nauset Regional High School. I'd like to say thank you very much for coming to the Winter Solstice concert. You are in for a tremendous treat. A group of us have been able to get into listen to the rehearsals, and you're going to have some very high caliber entertainment tonight. I do want to introduce a couple of people who, because we want to make sure names and faces between homes and the school are known. So just as if people would give a wave and be recognized, some members of our leadership team are here tonight. Our school resource officer, Dan Burnham. An assistant principal, Karen McGrath. Assistant principal, Ho-Yin Ewan. And school counseling department head, Katie Cameron. I would just like to say thank you very much for all that you do to send us fabulous young people. The partnership between school and home is exactly that, and we want to make sure that these folks, young folks here in their black attire, turn out to be exactly the people that you want them to be. And we are maximizing potential every day by challenging them to do their very best. That only happens when there's open communication between us and the homes. So please reach out to us when you need something, and together we'll make sure that when the sky is the limit for whatever these young folks want to do. Enjoy the concert.
to all and be of good cheer. And we're glad that you've come to lend an ear. Music is our heart's delight, so we sing with joyful spirits bright. We sing welcome, we welcome you one and all. We sing welcome to this our festival. Gladly, gladly, never sadly, we raise our voices and sing. Welcome, we ask not who you are. If a friend, we greet you with hand and heart. Stranger, may you no longer be. If a foe, our friendship will conquer thee. We sing welcome, we welcome you one and all. We sing welcome to this our festival. Gladly, gladly, never sadly, we raise our voices and sing, and still we sing. We sing welcome, we welcome you one and all. We sing welcome to this our festival. Gladly, gladly, never sadly, we raise our voices and sing, welcome.
We got the lights to work. It's a good thing, good start. Solstice is tomorrow. I don't know if you got to see the sunset tonight. It was beautiful. It was at 2 o'clock, unfortunately, but it was beautiful. So tomorrow, as we know, is the shortest day of the year, and for eons and centuries, people have been celebrating the solstice with gathering and music, so it's exactly why we're here tonight. That first piece, of course, is a piece of welcome. It's based on a medieval carol that's been transcribed into a slightly more modern version. So as you see in your programs tonight, the next set of music deals with some rounds and canons. So if you missed that day in your music history class, a round is just sort of like row, row, row your boat, where there's what's called a statement, and those statements are repeated over and over. So we're going to start, these three go together, so you don't necessarily need to clap in the middle of these, but if you'd like to, go ahead. The first one is a piece by Thomas Tallis, and it again is, he was a composer from the English Renaissance, and this is a fairly simple one. So we're going to start with just the statement, and then you can see how these three parts go together. So this is the statement.
'Twas on a silent winter's night, the stars aglow with radiant light, when from the sky to earth below there came a gentle falling snow.
And this is the exact same statement put over itself 3 times in a round.
Was on a silent winter's night, the stars a silent winter's night, the stars a silent winter's night, the stars a silent winter's night, then came the skies to lovely snow, there came a gentle falling snow.
This next one is called Winter Solstice, and I found, this is kind of embarrassing, but a trip to Ireland, I snuck into a library and found the music section, and I found this it was new to me, and it's called the Winter Solstice. It's going to feature 3 of our singers at the beginning singing the statement. So this is the same idea, except this round is a little bit more complex when we hear the layers. So this is called a Winter Solstice.
Stay and sing a while and make your spirits bright, to warm your heart with simple songs on this frosty winter's night. So gather round friends and folks that I love, and sing with the heart of the angels above. Fill the air with music and cheer. Come celebrate, for solstice is here.
This is the same thing, layered 3 times.
Here will I stay and sing a while and make your spirits bright, to warm your heart with simple songs on this frosty winter's night. Here will I stay and sing a while and make your spirits bright, to warm your heart with simple songs on this frosty winter's night. Here will I stay and sing a while and make your spirits bright. Tell someone that's right, for solstice is night. So fill the air with music and cheer. Now celebrate, for solstice is here. Fill the air with music and cheer. Come celebrate, for solstice is here.
And this next piece is called A Candlelight Canon. It's based on another statement, except this one's a little bit more evolved. It actually has, it's a binary piece of music. It has 2 different sections to it. So you'll hear the statement first, and then I'll go back and play the introduction, and we'll sing straight through this. So I hope in that last one you heard 3 parts, 3 distinct parts. In this one, towards the end of it, you'll hear 4 distinct parts. That's the plan.
In the glow of candlelight, all of the world comes together tonight. And in the glow of the candles we sing, peace for you and peace for me. In the glow of candlelight, all of the world comes together tonight. And in the glow of the candles we sing, peace for you and peace for me. In the glow of candlelight, all of the world comes together tonight. And in the world comes together tonight. Greetings are you of the candles we see. Peace for you and peace for me. And with our candles and with our light, we hold a symbol, a beacon in the night. In the glow of candlelight, all of the world comes together tonight. And in the glow comes together tonight. Greetings are young of the candles we sing. Greetings are young and peace is here. beacon in the night. In the glow of candlelight, all of the world comes together tonight. And in the glow of candlelight, it is our young and cares tonight. It is our young and cares we sing. It is our young and cares we sing. Peace for you and peace for me. Peace for you and for me.
This next piece we're going to do is by a composer whose name is Gustav Holst. He's probably better known for his instrumental works. He wrote a series of pieces based on the planets that Star Wars was based on. So instrumentally, I think we're probably what all recognize as music. But he also wrote some vocal pieces. He was also a teacher. He taught at a private school for girls, and he wrote some of these pieces for his students. So this is a piece called In the Bleak Midwinter, and the lyricist is Christina Rossetti.
Snow had fallen, snow, 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 snow. In the bleak midwinter, long, long ago. Heaven cannot hold him, nor the earth sustain. Heaven and earth shall flee away when he comes to reign. In the bleak midwinter, a stable place suffice. Lord our God incarnate, Jesus Christ. Angels and archangels may have gathered there. Cherubim and seraphim thronging in the air. But his mother only in her maiden worship the beloved with the holy kiss. What can I give him, poor as I am? If I were a shepherd, I would bring a lamb. If I were a wise man, I would do my part. Yet what can
So I don't know how many of you were here, was it last week? Was it last week? Last week for the big band concert. If you missed it, you missed it. It was a really good concert. We had a professional big band from New York City come and be right here on the stage, as well as P-Town Town Hall. Our students here and the jazz band students had a chance to actually perform with them. It was a great concert. So I'd like to thank the Nauset Music Boosters for their financial support of that concert and bringing them out here to do that. So I'd really like to thank the Nauset Music Boosters. So in case you're wondering, the reason we're here tonight and not at the high school is because the auditorium actually we began dismantling it towards the end of the summer in anticipation of the building project that was supposed to happen. So I'm on the building project, so I can't say too much about this, but I would love to just tell you that there is a vote coming up on January 10th. If you haven't heard about it, there's plenty of things on the Nauset website, probably some other local newspapers as well, just to be informed. The vote is going to be in all 4 of our feeder towns, and it's an important vote. So if you haven't read up on it, you probably should take some time between now, and please do vote on January the 10th. Before we end our section of the concert, I'm going to acknowledge some students that went above and beyond already in some other ways here. So there are some ensembles that these students have an opportunity to audition for. And the first one is the All Cape and Islands Music Festival. This is where these students learn a piece of music and they go and audition in front of a judge. And if they're selected, then they participate in the festival. And this festival is going to be happening February 2nd, I want to say, at Barnstable High School. And some of the students you see down here also will be representing us as well. So on the stage here, the following students auditioned and were selected for All Cape and Islands Festivals. Sofia Bayerga. I'm just going to ask you to hold your applause so we can get through. So there's quite a few. Olivia Connors-Gale, Ava Courier, don't clap yet, Allison Diana, Landon DuBois, Perry Gill, Katrina Hatch, who's not here with us tonight, Beta Smith, and Emma Taylor. So these students will be representing us in the vocal part of it. We have some instrumentalists down here. As I said, they'll be acknowledged later this evening. And in addition to that, there's yet another festival that some of these students chose to audition for. It was the same piece of music. We went up on a fairly cold day in November to King Philip High School in Rentham, and these students auditioned for yet another judge and sight sang and did a few other things. And the following students were selected for the Senior District Music Festival vocally. We have some other instrumentalists as well. We had 5 students selected this year, which is a fairly high number for schools. And these students will be going to Berkeley Somerset High School the week we get back from the holiday break, and they're going to have a 2-day festival where they're going to rehearse all day Friday, all day Saturday morning, and then the concert will be Saturday afternoon. These are students from the lower southeast corner of Massachusetts, and the following students will be represented as vocally, and they are Sophia, hold your applause please, Sofia Bayerga, Olivia Connors-Gale, Perry Gill, raise your hands, thank you, Beta Smith, and Emma Taylor. So aside from a theme of the solstice. One of the themes in our music that we have that I'm hoping that you're hearing tonight is this idea of sharing light. This last piece is one of those, and it's called Carry the Light. It's by a composer whose name is Andy Beck, and it has some Latin text in here as well, and it is Lux Aeterna, which is eternal light. So this is our last piece for the evening. And students, by the way, we have a year-long study of music of the 1960s. So I think our next concert will be a little less classical, I think, than the music you're hearing tonight. And we're doing music from the 1960s, all kinds of Beatles things. So we're sure to let you know when that date is. So this is our last piece before we bring on the percussion ensemble and jazz band. This is Carry the Light.
I will carry the light like a candle that shines in the night. I'll be a beacon that's burning bright. I will carry the light. I will carry the light like a candle that shines in the night. I'll be a beacon that's burning bright. I will carry the light. Lux aeterna, 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 the light inside of me. Lux aeterna, 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 will shine eternally. There's a light that's inside that I'm not gonna hide, 'cause that light will make the embers ignite. And the light that's in me will forever be. I will carry the light. Lux aeterna, 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 the light inside of me. Lux aeterna, 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 will shine eternally. Lux aeterna, I will carry the light. I'll be a beacon that's burning bright. I will carry the light. Lux aeterna.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Great. Hi, my name is Mr. Dan Anthony. I'm the instrumental music director here at Nauset, and it's going to be a little hectic with some stage changes as we go on, so I appreciate your patience as we go. Our next performing ensemble over here on this side of the stage, so that we can minimize the stage changes later, is our percussion ensemble, which meets as a separate class. All of these fantastic students also pull double duty playing in the concert band as the percussion section. So as an ensemble, we have two selections for you, as you can see on the program, the first of which is Swingin' Jingle Bells. Hello again, I've moved, as have we all up here. So one of the nice things about percussion with having this many students is we do our best to rotate through, with the exception of Jackson, who's for some reason playing bells on I think 5 different pieces out of the 6 that he has. But we try to rotate through as we all work on individual skill sets on mount instruments, on unpitched percussion, and so you'll see all of these fine folks rotating through in the back of the concert band as well. For our second and final percussion ensemble piece before we move on to the jazz band, this is Big Yellow Mambo by David Steinquist. One, two, three, and Hello again. I'm just gonna keep moving. It's gonna be like Where's Waldo, except it's me. Right on. So, as always, thank you for the scene changes as we go. A lot of these kids are doing a lot of work. We have many students who are in multiple ensembles. Already from the chorus, we've had a couple people that I know who you will see later on in some of the instrumental ensembles. A lot of people in jazz band are also in concert band. Our percussionist, Dana, in jazz band is also in percussion ensemble, which is also in concert band. Everybody's everywhere, and it's absolutely awesome to have such sharing between Mr. Ferris and I in all of these ensembles. So this is the first Encounter Jazz Ensemble, which has a few songs for you this evening. The first of which is Blues in the Closet. As I said, that was Blues in the Closet, an Oscar Pettiford tune. We had solos on that by, let me grab this, Lauren on tenor saxophone, Josh on Barry, and Naomi on trombone. A whole lot of noise coming out of Dana on the drum kit. I'm sure you recognize that was White Christmas with a vocal solo by the incomparable Emma. And a little bit of a trumpet solo in there as well by Mr. Wyatt. All right, the next piece that we have for you is one from a relatively new Christmas classic. I say relatively new, and then I'm realizing, like, trying to remember when it came out in my life. But still on the newer side compared to some of the 50s and 60s classic Christmas movies that we all love. Santa Claus Comes to Town, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. This one, Tom Hanks put his mark on, playing 7 different animated characters in this one. But this is our favorite scene from that movie. This is On the Train, the Polar Express. This is Hot Chocolate. Solos on that one, we had Dylan on alto saxophone. And again, some more trumpet from Wyatt in the back. So before we play our last number, the jazz band so far has had their first outside of school gig this year. So far, we got to play at the Nauset Newcomers meeting. Their December meeting was at the Wellfleet Cinema, which is a very interesting venue for a jazz band up in the front. But it was great. We got to play for a whole bunch of people. I hope there's a few of them who came in the audience, maybe. Yes, I see some hands waving. Thank you for being here and for listening to my pitch. I did the exact same, the come and check out. I'm not on the building committee. So, if the vote doesn't pass, then it does mean that the process has to start over. And that means that our potential to fix the auditorium goes back into another 7-year cycle. So if that potentially sways you in one direction, I think I'm allowed to say that, right? I am, not you. This is why we're a great team. If you would love to see all of these performers potentially in fantastic Bring Everyone Back alumni concerts in the new auditorium in maybe 3 years from now, that's the place to vote and tell your friends to vote. I have a few students that I'd like to recognize. There will be a few names that may get called a couple times just because they're in multiple ensembles. But in this ensemble here that we have a number of students who auditioned for All Cape. There isn't an All Cape Jazz in the fall, so all these students auditioned on the classical side of their instruments were auditioned and were accepted into the All Cape Music Festival, which is going to be in February. And that is, please hold your applause, Wyatt Carroll on trumpet, Aiden Sousa on trumpet, Naomi Francis on trombone, Dylan Bruckner on alto, Lauren DeRegger on bari, and Josh Bodemer on tuba. We also had 2 of those same students who were auditioning who also auditioned and were accepted in the Senior District Festival, which is that one in January in Somerset, Berkeley that Mr. Ferris was mentioning. Those 2 students are Wyatt Carroll on trumpet and Naomi Francis on trombone. And there is one additional level beyond senior districts for those students scoring in the top 50 to 25%, depending on the section, of the scores who make senior districts. then are invited to learn an entire new, even more challenging audition piece with twice the scales and even harder sight reading to go and in Shrewsbury High School in the third weekend of January to audition for the All-State Festival, competing against the top percentage of all 5 of the districts from around the state, competing against schools like Longmeadow and up in Lowell and all over the state. And so we had one student in the jazz band, again on the classical side, who will be auditioning for All-State on trumpet, and that is Wyatt Carroll. There is an All Cape Jazz Festival in the spring. Auditions will be in the February area, around February vacation. So all of these students come January 1st will be preparing for that audition, and then hopefully we'll have some good news, and some of them will be able to make that ensemble as well for our future concerts. As Mr. Ferris said, we don't have dates set for any of our future concerts, but there's a high chance that they will be here again, unless we find some other exciting venues around the community. The jazz band typically does swing night at the end of the year, which we usually bounce around between all the different towns. We've been in Brewster, we've been in Orleans, we've been in Eastham. But many more, I'm sure, of our concerts in the next couple of years will be perhaps closer to your home, which will be very exciting. Bring your neighbors, tell your friends. But we have one more song for you this evening. This is a classic that's going to have a couple solos on it. But this is our favorite ending piece. This is Big Noise from Winnetka.
if you would like to just a few minutes and stand up, I don't know if we can get the house lights on. We're new here too. This is like an away game. If you care to stand up for a few minutes, we're just going to do a quick stage change to get ready for the string orchestra. Thank you.
So ready.
So humble and was.
Whenever that thing is going, it's cool. Yeah, I saw that. I got so excited.
I was gonna try to be fancy, but I can't be.
Hello there. I saw. Yeah. It's so insane. I've not been in the road since. Right. Only reason I came here I have to go find the seat. Let's go out.
We're putting a lot of stress on you. Franchino, look at you. One player.
That is so embarrassing.
What, am I on the edge?
Hello, everybody. I'm Rick Morris and current president of the Booster Club. I ran unopposed, so most of my public speaking has been limited to the table for two, right? How would you like to drink? Straight up or on the rocks, or your steak cooked? There's no such thing as rare and medium rare, by the way. So don't try to order them that way. Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah. Better that time? Yeah. And it's an honor to be involved with this group of young adults and these motivated instructors, Mr. Ferris and Mr. Anthony. I think we all love music. I wish I could play an instrument or sing. Personally, I think I can sing, but my wife and daughter would differ for that. So when you think about music, it's an art form, a sonic art form that's been thousands of years in the making. These young adults here tonight are kids that worked diligently for years, and for most of their formidable years have been working at this. So my hat goes off to them. This has been a great conference so far. I also love sports. I think we all love sports too. And Nauset system has an awesome athletic program, have produced some great athletes and athletic teams. The Sports Booster Club is very formidable. They raise a lot of money. The music programs are less frequent than the sporting events, but certainly no less important. So we ask for your support. We ask for your donations, and thank you so much for helping us out with the raffle tickets tonight. I think the winner will be announced right before the last number. And I think that's it. I think thank you so much, everybody. I don't know if I have anything else to say. Yeah, volunteering, donating, please help us. We've just got it started again after a 2 or 3 year hiatus. There's a lot of motivated people behind me doing the hard work of keeping track of the money and communicating with everybody. So we ask for your support. And let's give everybody a nice hand clap.
Thank you, everybody. So this is our string orchestra, and that piece that we just played for you was Winter Milky Way by Yukiko Nishimura. And the next piece that we're going to play is from The Greatest Showman. This was sung by Hugh Jackman and several of the other actors and actresses. This is A Million Dreams. So before we play our last piece, which is the cue for the folks in the hallway. There they go. Before there's some more students and also some other people that we'd like to recognize. So firstly, our students on stage. The string orchestra also has an ensemble at all Cape and districts. And so we had a number of students who auditioned for both of those levels. So at the all Cape level, people who auditioned and successfully made it in, if you'd hold your applause to the end, and if you wave from where you are until we get through all the names. We have Izzy Seamer on violin, Maddie Enos on violin, Olivia Prince on violin, Annabelle Brown on bass, Alexandra Dutois on viola, Sarah Marin on viola, Angela Diana on cello, Rylan Daniels on cello, and not here with us tonight is also Brad Hagopian on cello. We also had one student from the orchestra who made it to the senior district level as well, and this student also scored high enough to earn themselves an all-state recommendation, and will be auditioning in January along with Wyatt to attempt to get into the all-state orchestra. He was the number 5 score overall in the district, and that is on viola, Alexander Dutois. We also we are live streaming this, which I'd like to send special thanks out to Karen Heppenstall for setting that up for us. Which, if you loved it so much that you'd like to watch it again, or show it to all of your friends, or in the student's case, possibly never look at themselves performing ever, if at all possible, because nobody likes watching themselves. But it will be available on YouTube as well, and so we will send that link out after the fact as well, so that you can share it with people who weren't able to tune in or attend this evening. We also would like to give some special thanks to the Nauset Middle School music teachers, Mr. Hagopian, Ms. Anthony, and Mr. Paolo, who graciously allow us to use their space and will be graciously, already very graciously, helping us to have a home while the auditorium, hopefully, is under construction here as well. So a big thank you to the Nauset Middle School music teachers. In addition to the music staff, which Tom and I work very closely with, we'd also like to give a special thank you to the custodians and administration here at the middle school as well for letting us use these facilities as well. And then the last group of people that I'd like to thank, they are all 3 of them here, which is very exciting, and they're all looking at me from the front section here. You heard from our principal, Pat Clark, who is here this evening. We'd like to send thanks to the administration, as well as our 2 new vice principals, Mr. Hoyin Yuen and Miss Karen McGrath. One of our many hats that we have to wear, in addition to teaching your fine children who are up here, is some of the administrative work, signing out spaces like this. And I couldn't do a lot of that without the tutelage and leadership and mentorship of Mr. Ferris. So I know you haven't seen him in a little while, but he's around here somewhere, perhaps sitting. I'm not sure where he went. But I'd like to give a special thanks to Mr. Ferris for helping me out. This is my 6th year here, but it feels like we've been working together for decades now. And so special thanks to Mr. Ferris. And there was one more thing I was going to say. Oh, advocacy for these fine folks who are up here. The most important hat that I think we wear as educators is supporting our students in every way, shape, and form and direction that they'd like to go. A special shout out to all of the rest of the faculty who came up tonight as well, and to those of you parents who also advocate on behalf of your students. The lovely emails I get in support of making things work. We had a number of students who were competing at different athletic events this afternoon, and the parents who helped drive students here to get right here in time for things. We had people coming from a track meet off Cape. We had basketball games, all sorts of things. So it really is a blessing for Mr. Ferris and myself, and we are grateful to no end for the parents, administration, and faculty who help support us in helping to share music with you and with these students as well. So thank you to you all for your support. As you can see, our orchestra has increased in size. They have evolved into a full orchestra. So we have a number of students from the concert band who are our wind players, and also percussion, who are joining us for our final piece, which is another piece by Gustav Holst, which also includes a snippet of the one that the chorus performed earlier today, In a Bleak Midwinter. And so this is some music by Gustav Holst arranged for full orchestra, and this is our last piece for the orchestra. This job never gets old. That piece was called Christmas Music for Winds, which is a whole medley of holiday carols. I hope you recognized a few of them. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different ones, and some quotes, very small quotes from some of the others as well. That was a piece by John Kakavas. Our next piece is a traditional Appalachian carol arranged by Jerry Brubaker. And this is one that you may not recognize the tune, but it's a very simple, very pretty melody, which we will be playing next.
Thanks for everyone, the donations to the raffle. We brought in over $500. Lucky winner gets about half that. I'm going to pick a random member of the audience to pick the winning ticket. And
Everyone has your numbers ready? 0, 0, 5, 4, 5, 7, 6. 5, 7, 6, last three numbers.
any lucky winners out there?
Maybe. Maybe. 5, 7, 6 are the last three numbers. Maybe. Speak now or forever withhold your prize money. The last three numbers are 5, 7, 6. Nothing? Nothing? Seems logically impossible that this ticket would end up in there and the person isn't here. All right. We'll go another one.
Okay, yeah.
Here we go. 0, 0, 5, 4, 5, 8, 6. We only went up 10 numbers. What are the odds that the same person has the same 10 tickets and they've already left? To think they missed some of the band and some money.
What do we do with that money, Dan?
Well, I think we should still try and give somebody $250.
Okay.
Yes? Somebody over there wants $250. I'm just going to give it to you. Blue tickets. Here we go. 951 33 49. 349 at the bottom. We got a winner! Hey, you can full concert. Come on up. Come on up. And you can meet Mr. Morse. Make sure that you have. Last number was 49. The judges are deliberating. The next piece that the concert band has for you is a little different. This is called the Christmas Concerto, and if you know what a concerto is, it features a solo instrument, lights. And so this particular concerto has 3 movements, but we're going to play them as 3 short pieces, so you should applaud in between them, which is not normal for a 3-movement piece. I'm asking you to applaud because we have 3 different soloists for each of the 3 pieces. So I'm going to go get a chair and a stand for them because I completely forgot to get that for them. Congratulations. And I'm going to grab a chair and a stand for that. This is the Christmas Concerto, and I will introduce our 3 soloists.
Say the gentleman donated the prize money to the Nauset.
Fabulous. Don't quote me on this, but that usually means you have good luck for the next game you play. Hopefully. So as I said, this is the Christmas Concerto. We have 3 fantastic soloists who will be playing each of the movements for you. And I'm going to grab a chair and stand for them. Thank you. All right, so we have a few more people to recognize. Firstly, our three concerto soloists. For the first movement in Joy to the World on bassoon, we had Holly Kaiser. In the second movement on Silent Night, we had Grace Curtis on clarinet. And in the third movement on alto sax, Deck the Halls, Lauren DeRuyter. So there's a few people I want to recognize again for auditioning for the All Cape level. Some I know I've already mentioned, but I just want to make sure that we have everybody. So in the band, we have on trumpet Hayden Sousa. We have on trombone Naomi Francis. On bass clarinet Chris Barber. On Barry Lauren DeRuyter, and on tuba Josh Bodemer. One more person that I'd like to recognize, filling in for somebody who is sick and had no voice, but also had no air to breathe due to we had a lot of illnesses, unfortunately. But filling in on French horn for us this evening is recent graduate and current Eastman music student, Gavin Rice. So lots of thank yous. I know we already said thank you. So thank you to all of you for bringing your children everywhere, and for the time, in elementary school and middle school when you listened to them practice and they were figuring it out. And then, this is, it's a process. It really is. I remember when I started on violin in 3rd grade and I never got it to sound good. So I switched to piano and I got that sounding okay. And then someone handed me a trombone in middle school. And then I had the fortune of Miss Anthony, actually was my middle school band director for very first year teaching. And so just the support and passion that I was talking about from parents and educators and from the students as well is what makes all of this happen. I couldn't do it without the fine folks on the stage behind me. And I know they couldn't do it without any of your support in what they do. So a big round of applause for you and for the students as well. Thank you. Reaching back to, as I said, some of the old-fashioned classics, the final piece the concert band has for you and the final piece for our performance this evening is a medley featuring music from How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
we wait for you in the car?
I'll be right out. I packed up on